Alright, what's up, my brother?
What's happening, Kyle? Everything's good?
Yes, family.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for joining us, man, in their minds, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanna for the listening audience, for those who don't know you, just
Right.
introduce yourself and your business and let them know what you do.
Okay. My name is Nijae Burgess. The owner and operator of My Bermuda Lift. Uh, that is a minibus service, and we also are a tour company, and we cater to tourists and Bermudians alike. So we would get into things like beach shuttles, island-wide tours, party buses, and we also cater to the local schools.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. And you know, locals love a little party bus.
Yeah,
You know?
you know that. You know
And
that.
that's a good business. How is it working out for you? How do you find business and there's a lot of competition and things of that
Right,
nature?
right. So initially, I started the business in 2016. The market was scarce at that time. It wasn't much minibuses, so that's where I saw the opportunity to get in on this industry. So from 2016 to now 2020, the increase in the market with different companies coming out has risen, but what I try to do is stay up with the trends and just basically try to have the edge on any of the companies that are out there.
For sure.
Yeah.
And those people probably in the community probably don't know that you're the owner of the business, but they
Right.
definitely know the minibuses when
Right,
they
right.
see it. You know,
Right.
the logo is unique.
Right.
It's big, written right across the side, and I
Yes.
think that gives you a competitive edge market wise. So how did you become an entrepreneur? Like, what inspired you to do that?
Yeah. So basically, it was just a need in the market. I actually did a study on transportation, and this was when the cruise ships were coming into dockyard, and it was a lack of transportation. So it was long lines. The tourists were waiting around, and there was a lot of complaints in the media about the lack of transportation for these visitors to the island. So that's where I saw the need to get into this market because it was a void at that time. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I know, like, even like taxes, you be waiting 2
Exactly.
hours. Like,
Exactly.
you be thinking, like, you see a lot of taxes on the street.
Yeah.
Bermuda's this small.
Mhm.
Why is it that you wait so long for a taxi?
Right.
And
Right.
then the minibuses came,
Mhm.
and it's like they cleaning up shop
Right.
as
Right.
far as like the tourists and things
Right.
of
As
that
far
nature.
as the tourists. So in that regard, I do see with the taxis that the age, I would say the average age of the taxi driver or owner is getting to beyond 65.
Right.
So, and not to discredit all of them, but some of them are not passing the torch. So you have, I believe, 600 taxi permits out there, but you don't see 600 on the road.
Right.
And I just think that the older population needs to pass the torch to the younger, and also with my business, it is a fairly new business. The minibuses, the way that we're doing it now, because you can probably remember back in the day, the minibus was cold, and I need to go around the corner, $2. You know what I mean? Something like that there.
Right.
So that business has changed, and that's where I felt the need that this can go bigger than just neighborhood transportation.
For sure.
Mhm.
For sure. I really I respect that because you know what I mean. Like you said, back in the day when they had the minibuses, you cold, you go around the corner.
Right, right.
It came and it revolutionized
Hmm.
transportation,
Right.
and then all of a sudden it stopped,
It dropped off, yeah.
dropped off. So
Yeah,
what you're doing is a good thing still.
yeah. So even with that, you still want to cater to the locals too, because everyone can't just be on the time of the public transportation.
For sure.
Everyone can afford a taxi to go long distances or whatever. So what we're actually in the process of looking into creating an app that you can use to not just for ourselves because we have 3 minibuses, but for the wider community of the minibuses.
Right.
Use the app to catch rides around the island. So
That's the
yeah, so we're in the process of doing that, always innovating and trying to be on to the next thing.
okay. So my next question is: you're fairly successful in that market. Like you see your buses everywhere,
Yeah.
and your logo everywhere. How did you market it? Where it's like we can recognize my Bermuda lift everywhere. Like how did
Right.
you create that space where you market it so well?
So for that, I basically took Bermuda. I made that the center, the focal point. So it was strategic in the sense that I put it on the internet. You type in Bermuda with Google searches. You want yours to come up first if you're trying to attract that traffic.
Sure.
So with the logo, I went for fairly large colors.
Right.
Most of our buses are blue or white, so I wanted something to pop out, stand out, and then I also went with the hibiscus because it's a flower that you see around the island, you see it everywhere. So I wanted to have that local flair, and also with the lift name, that was also a strategic little thing that I threw in there. Not in the sense of you see lift away, but Bermudians always say, "Yo, let me get a lift." So that's what I played it off for.
Right. Yeah.
By
That's
doing
local
that.
slang.
Yeah, local slang.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think you're successful. Which brings me to my next question. What is your concept of success?
Success. My concept of success. Okay, it'll differentiate between everyone, but my definition is being where you want to be in life. You know what I mean? Being happy with where you are. It's not all the time about money. A lot of people do base your success off of money, and that's what the outside world does see that. Oh, he's making money, he's successful. But for me, you have to be happy in your success too. So mainly is happiness. Being happy with what you're doing, being okay with who you are. Telling the world who you are. So that's my definition of success. And for an entrepreneur, I would say don't listen to everyone. Don't go off of someone, because initially when you start, if you have an innovative idea, someone's gonna tell you, nah, that ain't gonna work. That's the first thing you hear, and that's normally the first thing you do to say. For me, that's motivation to say, all right, cool, I'll show you how it can work. You know what I mean? And that's sort of what I did with this. I'm had people say when I first got into this business, oh, mini boss, this and that, blah blah blah. Permits were $5,000. They're not giving no permits anymore. The market value of those permits are now at $75,000. So from that point, 4 years from 2016 to 2020, that's a markup in itself just for the permits.
Sure.
Street value for them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. Like,
yeah.
how they evaluate that, like.
Yeah, so I would say it's just like any market. So let's say gold. Let's get into gold. You have so much gold. If someone squeezes back the market, that's gonna drive up the price of the gold.
For sure.
So, in the sense of the minibus, they cut off the permits, so that they're not letting them out no more. So that's gonna drive up the value, just from them not being available anymore.
Gotcha.
And the other thing is just the nature of the business. Summertime is a seasonal business mostly, but summertime you can make within that 6 months. You can make what you can make in a year with other businesses. So yeah, that's another factor into the price getting driven up for that.
Right. So and like you said, like that's a crazy markup.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just doing the math in my
Yeah,
head. I'm
yeah.
just like mercy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. But going back to the success, how did or why is your concept relevant of success to just earn success. Like you believe like in happiness.
Yeah.
So would you contribute that to being a part of your success in business and things of that nature?
Yeah. So with the aspect of happiness, yeah, I will put that into my business because I am happy with what I'm doing. I enjoy managing my staff, and I do enjoy dealing with tourists. I handle the emails. I mostly handle the back end, and what I did hire a hospitality a guy that was in the hospitality industry for over 15 years, so he also loves what he does. So I did see in the initial start of this the sure aspect of getting in to make money, but I do enjoy doing it, and I hired someone that's in the business of what he enjoys doing. So I would say you don't always need to know everything about your business, but you can hire the people that do.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And so basically building a good team and structure around you.
It's very important.
It's important for your success.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I agree, cause man, I'm started so many things, had teams.
Yeah.
And then I find that I had the right team around, things prosper,
things work out better. Yeah.
And it's longevity.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure.
And having a team is essential to a great business. And we're doing a segment called 3 Keys, right?
Okay.
Like, so what is your 3 keys of success? And basically, we're trying to get everybody to kind of be, inspired by your success and other success in the community. You know what I mean? I feel like we look at entrepreneurs in Bermuda and just say, oh, that's a local small company, and we try to belittle it instead of give people the props.
That too, yeah.
You know what I mean? And when I say like the props, is like Bermuda's a hard place to start business that turn profits. You know, and the businesses that are profitable, we have to start looking at them people and say, we give them respect. And pay them reverence, you know what I mean? So that's kind of like why I wanted to create this. That's essential to me. Like, I think that we need to do that.
So respect that,
I want to know, what's your 3 keys to an aspiring entrepreneur? Like, what would you say to them to inspire them?
Okay. So my 3 keys are invest in yourself, invest in your business. So I'll go off for each one as I go. So invest in yourself. What I mean by that is reading a book could be investing in yourself. Going to take a course can invest in yourself, can be investing in yourself. The little things you do for yourself, going get a massage could be investing in yourself. If you have mental stress, that's alleviating your stress. You're investing in yourself. And what I mean about investing in your business, instead of going off into someone else's business or investing here or there, invest in yourself. That's what I did. I started off with 1 permit. 2 more became available to me, and I bought those permits and bought buses for that too. So my first year, I wasn't making profit. I did make over what I spent on the business, but I took that money and I threw it right back into the business to grow your business. So that'll be my first key to success. My second key would be to pay yourself first. So what I mean by pay yourself first, if you have a business and you're operating, you're starting out, don't work for free. You know what I mean? So a lot of people will be out there, trying to get their business going, trying to do this, trying to do that. But no, pay yourself. If give yourself a salary, because you're working and you're worth something. So I would say don't don't give out your goods for free. You know, if someone wants your product, you make them pay for it because you're that valuable. So that would be my second key. My third key to success would be to invest in your happiness. So I mentioned that earlier. Uh, if you're not loving what you do, um, it'll show in your product. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It'll show in your service. It'll show in your end product. So I would say your happiness is very important in your business. So love what you're doing. Get into things that you love doing. If you see a need for something here, you love doing it, get into that and expand upon that. So, you know, happiness is a big part of life. You know, a lot of people will be out on the grind, but you know, I know people that have worked straight up until 65 and died at 68, like on my actual job. Like that's happened. So, you know, live a happy life, but in doing that, invest in your happiness.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, I respect that because, like you said, a lot of people are not taking care of their own happiness.
Yeah,
so they end up stressed and sick and things of that nature. And health's a major thing that you have to take serious. You know what I mean? And longevity. It always comes back to longevity. You know what I mean? Whether that's living long, existing in business long, whatever you want to do, but it all comes down to that. And you know, that's important.
Yeah. And I can also say, with more strictly business, if you're in the industry, you started a company, you're successful, you don't love it, you want to get out. If the time's right, then get out. If you're made profit, if you're at the end of your rope, if I'm not liking how things going, but my company's worth something, you can get out of that company, make your money, and go into something else.
For sure.
Yeah. So.
For sure. So I think my next question would be like, did you take any schooling for business? Because a lot of people be like, yeah, you know, I went to school for business and I can't start a business.
Right. So I would say for starting my business, I didn't take any business courses, anything like that. One thing I would like to see in the schools at a high school level, which I never saw, was business. You know, basically handling your life. I'd like to see that in the schools. How to manage debt. You know. Dealing with a mortgage, you know, basic life skills that I never found out in school. But to answer your question, no, I didn't have any business training. I went into this learning, you know what I mean? So I learned all the way from incorporating a business. I didn't know how to do that. I just knew what I wanted to do. I knew what the end result, I know what I wanted that to be. So I learned all the way through. I learned how to do tax. I asked questions. I went to the tax office. She gave me the form. I said, can you help me fill this out? You know? So I learned how to do the tax forms, payroll tax. That, you know, I learned all the way through. So ask for advice. I don't be scared to ask for advice from people that you would aspire to be, or people that can help you. That's their job to do. So I would say never be afraid to ask for advice, because a lot of people out there would just give you advice that you're not asking for. You know what I mean? Yo, bro, you should do this here. Yo, you should do that there. That's normally the advice you don't want. You know what I mean? Right. So the people that you're looking at, I wonder how he's doing that there. Don't be afraid to ask, because most times, and sometimes they don't, you know, because some people are like that, but most times a lot of people share the knowledge if you ask them for it.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, I think a lot of times people are afraid to ask questions because they don't want to feel inferior or ignorant. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with not knowing.
Right.
You know.
Right.
It's better to not know and ask questions than not to ask questions and still not know.
Just go through it not knowing. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? So I mean, that's that's important to me. I feel like everyone should understand that you don't necessarily need the schooling, like the education, but if you are wise enough to ask questions, you can navigate your way through. You know, like there be times where I don't know how to do what I do. And I have to research it.
Yeah, you research it.
You know,
and I've learned a lot through the best teacher sometimes is a mistake. Yeah, I made mistakes in business, but it teaches you the best because you know, oh, I did that last time. I'm gonna stay away from that. I know not to do that again. So that's a good teacher.
And you would say that those situations going through like mistakes help you get through it, right?
Right. Yeah, it basically makes you those mistakes. You know, it shows you what to do, and if you make the same mistake again, you gotta question yourself and say, why did I do that again? What can I change about myself, or what can I do to not do that mistake again, ever again?
For sure.
You know what I mean?
And as long as I've known you, always been very intelligent. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
And it's proof. It's showing. You know.
For you to reach out to me, it says something about what you see in me, and I thank you for that, sir. And you know, I believe in your vision. We talk all the time, so I think you're on your way with this this Saturday, Millionaire Minds. So yeah, my email address for my business is booking@mybermudalift, and that's lyft.com. I can be reached for bookings on 333-7786. And my Instagram, my personal Instagram is ASAP Barrett. You can look that up. I'll be there. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate you, family.
You know that.
Bless.